All right, this is section 2.5, and we're dividing numbers by whole numbers, and we're throwing in our integers as well. So when we divide a negative by a positive, we know that we are going to get a negative answer, and then we're going to go and we're going to divide 9 into 27, which of course gives us a whole number 3. Terminating answer. In our next problem here, we have a negative divided by a positive, so we know we're going to get a negative, and 12 will go into 27 2 times, and 2 times 12 is 24. 27 minus 24 is 3. 12 will go into 30 again 2 times, and that's 24. 30 minus 24 is 6, and 12 will go into 60 5 times. Again, this is another terminating decimal, and we have our first sets of instances of decimal answers, terminating decimals. And then our next one here, I've taken the time to go through and put this one out. So 45 divided by 7, 45 divided by 7, you see that it keeps going and going, and it doesn't even end where I've ended it here. It keeps going. But I've taken it far enough that you see the 4, 2 beginning to repeat, and this is the pattern you would continue to see. 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1. Now your calculator will simply round it off when it runs out of digits to display, or places to display, which is your register size. The register is the viewing screen on your calculator. So what I'm going to do on this one, because we don't necessarily have an appropriate place to round, is I'm going to show that repeat, and that repeat is that whole set of numbers, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1. Because you see it repeating again, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1. And that's what we'd see over and over. And a positive divided by a positive is a positive. So there's my answer. Now the next one, a negative divided by a negative, is going to give me a positive. And then 4 will go into 29 7 times. And the decimal comes up. 7 times 4 is 28, remainder 1. So 4 will go into 15. That will go in there 3 times, and I'll put a 0 over here. 12, 15 minus 12 is 3. 4 will go into 30 7 times, and then we have 28, and so there's 2 left over, and 4 will go into 20 5 times, and so we see another terminating decimal. Anytime you're dividing by a 4, you know you're going to get a terminating decimal. And our next example, here, our last one, we have a positive divided by a negative, so we're going to get a negative answer. We're going to put our decimal in here. 11 goes into 12 one time with 1 left over. 11 will go into 11 one time with 0 left over. 11 will not go into 0. You have to put a 0 up there. And then we have 11 will not go into 1. So 0 there, but 0 times 11 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. And now we have 11 going into 11 one time. And so there's our answer. It is terminating. But these, a lot of times this mistake will get made. We won't get the zeros in there. So that's why I wanted to get that example in. So that was division of a whole number by a whole number. Our next is to divide by a decimal, and I'll do that in another lecture.